Deathslinger coming out for X9's killer, and I gotta say, I haven't seen the last... I don't remember the last time I saw our good friend, the Deathslinger, back on their home map, but you know what? I'm here for it, and so we can see we already got that sweet Corrupt intervention in the background. No surprise there. Actually, that's even a pretty decent Corrupt, all things considered. Survivors immediately stealthing out here, it would seem, as this is a great map for stealthing. All those bushes just do wonders. Hope you all are excited for Season 9 as I am. I am super stoked. Already got a little progress on this gen, just a little bit of a tease, maybe even 1 or 2% on it, and Survivor's already gone as the call-out was made. Looks like Dark Owl's doing a good job stealthing out. However, we do see scratch marks here. I'm also happy that this killer doesn't have screen sharing. I just can just chill it here, and Nancy gonna take an immediate M1 there, getting zoned into the back here, getting hit through a tree, and a really quick first down there coming in for the Deathslinger, despite, you know, stealthing out for probably a good minute there at the beginning. Nancy gonna be going in for their first hook here in just a moment. No agitation to be seen. Looks like they're going to go for this more central hook. Maybe even a Pain Resonance. Yeah, that is going to be a Scourge hook, Pain Resonance. No surprise there at all. Man, this perk just does wonders. With Ultimate Weapon being printed, I'm a Trickster main. I run that. I get Pain Res now. I finally get to fit Pain Res into my build somehow. It's amazing, but man, this gen already had a ton of progress on it. However, that is going to be a Pop Goes the Weasel 2 boot, so 3 out of 4 of the killer's perks are known at this point, and we do see the gen actually highlighted in yellow as well, so gonna have to see what that could be. Could be Eruption, could be Call Up Ride, not exactly sure. Try to take a pot shot at Ada and push them around. Ada gonna have to... Ada, I would not take that chance. That is a bold strat, and they're gonna be in the Deep Wound status effect for that. Nancy does get unhooked here. It looks like might have even been a bait to be able to get a safe unhook here. However, Nancy, we do see scratch marks in the distance. Nancy on this gen is going to be forced back. I don't know if they're going to take the chance, but woo, quick little dodge. Oh my goodness. However, Nancy, oh no. Going back down in the corner again. No decisive, as they were obviously on that generator, and that is going to be another hook coming in. Survivors are now well aware that that was in fact also Eruption, as that gen did explode. First gen coming out for the Survivors. 2 stages on one server already. Nancy needs a save and needs to be for the people and needs to be tucked into a nice little corner of the map, never to be seen again. Man, some of these shots are just nasty. All right, we get it. You're a death main. Oh my word. You know, I kind of live for this. Being a range killer myself, I live for these absolutely just nutty snapshots. And, you know, this killer being somewhat of a specialist, you never really get to see Deathslinger popped out unless this team is really confident. And I am guessing X9 is very confident with their Deathslinger, I gotta say. Survivors do finish a second gen here, though. Curious if they're going to 99 the Saloon generator or not. Now with this back hook, this is a really nasty situation. Survivors probably not able to come in and stealth in very easily, especially with the line of sight that this killer has. And yeah, I do believe Nancy is going to be sent back to the campfire via the entity. Survivor's going to have to use this time wisely, try and get some generators done in the process. It does seem like they broke the narrow 3 gen over here in the back. Oh, trying to sneak by, but Cheryl is going to take a Deep Wound status effect. Just filthy shots coming in here from the Deathslayer. You know, I have mad respect for it. I'm into it. Another absolutely just crack shot here coming in. Ada accepting death, and that's going to be another down for the Deathslinger, potentially even another Pain Resin pop coming in. As this gen back here, I would say this is 1, right? One or two is going to be a prime target. And yeah, that is another Pain Resonance to boot. If that is, oh, it is the gen right there in the middle of the square. If you know that's the most progressed gen after 25%, that is not looking good for these Survivors in this first trial. Looks like Cheryl going away, but with how these shots are going, yeah, I'm about to say this Deathslinger could possibly get this hit around the corner. They do. Oh my word. Leaving him slugged on the ground, going after the Atom here. I imagine it's going to end up possibly a hook trade. No, they are going to be able to get away. Gonna go after the Ada instead since they are one shot. Wait out the BT and you've got nothing left here. Adam's gonna have to go try and reset one of these survivors. Waiting out the BT and there you go. 2 survivors slug now. Adam's gonna have to hide and no, the scratch marks. They saw them coming in for the intercept and this is not looking good for these survivors. Deathslinger putting up a whole lot of pressure and numbers. But, I mean, when you make some of those nasty shots and the survivors just aren't expecting it, what you supposed to do, though? And, ooh, not connecting that M1. That might give Adam a shot to get into main building, possibly get a reset on the Cheryl. Give these survivors another chance at life here as, they've been kind of on the ropes ever since that first hit. Ooh. I do believe that was, in fact, a lie. They're going to get a little bit of distance through the window, and I think Deathslinger's going to have to, you know, resort just to take the hook. However, their slugged out survivor nowhere to be seen. One thing worth noting is if the survivors do feel the pressure is too intense and they decide to, you know, take the, you know, not necessarily take the knee, but, you know, accept that there's not much they can do. Forcing, I mean, Cheryl hasn't been hooked yet. This is second hook coming in for the Ada. If Cheryl dies on the ground, you know, if the survivors are able to hide her for a full 2.5 minutes here, that denies the killer 3 points. That's 3 bleed out points, which is essentially another gen and a half. That is an option, and we have seen that in the regular season before. But I don't know if you can stealth out a Cheryl for 2 minutes on the ground. It might be possible. Who knows? We've seen Stranger Things waiting for season 5. Thank you very much. Give me a moment as we are solo casting it for this first round. So Rogue Energy is definitely my sponsor at the moment as they are keeping me going. They are going to unhook the Ada. Oh, and they do find Cheryl on the ground over here bleeding out. That is going to be first hook for the Cheryl. Deathslinger will not be denied their points. They will get their blood here. Going in, this is going to be another pain res. Now the question is, now that you know you can't stealth the survivor out to the point of bleeding out, do you try and get one more gen done? What's the scenario here for you? You do get Ada healed. If you can put Ada on a really far generator, the problem is with Shack being so central, even if you get the hook in the corner, you can still make it by the time that Ada bleeds out or Ada dies on death hook. So going around the corner and man, this is what I love. The Deathslinger knows exactly how far they need to be able to launch, how much they need to pull the survivor towards them, and just honestly some phenomenal Deathslinger play coming in at this early season point. This will be Death Hook coming in for Ada. We do know that Adam did get the unhook on Cheryl, but again, I don't remember the last time I saw a survivor escape via the hatch on this map. Without multiple outs, obviously. Like, if you've got multiple outs, that's one thing, but not just a full empty out. Like, the hatch is just too central. You know, not that I necessarily encourage this, but with the way that they've redone the Macmillan maps, this is a little tangent here. With the way that they've ooh! Spicy Blast Mine coming into play and gonna waste the Deathslinger's time just a little bit. You let the Adam get some distance. With the way that they've redone the Macmillan maps, which overall, I have to say, I'm actually kind of impressed. I have not been a fan of the map design as of late. In fact, this map was the last map that I thought that they did well. The Macmillan shuffle-ups have actually been kind of a kick for me. I've been enjoying them, honestly. I wouldn't mind if they did that again with the Dead Dog Saloon, as long as they don't mess it up. I'd be into it. That'll be first hook coming in for the Adam here. Cheryl has only been hooked once so far. No sight of them, however. They are still injured. They have not been reset, so if the Deathslinger gets close to them, they will be able to hear them. And I imagine... I think the only time I've seen a survivor get out on this map by themselves is the exit gates where actual polar opposite sides of the map, and the killer couldn't patrol them properly. Like, you had it back in the, not here, right where it is right now, in the middle of the street, but, like, behind the building at 1, and then all the way back behind Shack. So where you could not walk very well to see both sides. But with the exit gates the way they are, one at the end of the street, and I think one is actually back here. Not it's in the dead zone, but it's not behind Shaq. Yeah, I think this will be patrollable for the Deathslinger here. Looks like they are now just looking around for their last survivor. Not to mention, I mean, you obviously can't move very freely between the two. So once you commit to an exit gate, you can't really switch between them. But I'd say between, well, you do have to walk a pretty decent ways to check both these exit gates. I will give the survivor that. The survivor has a chance. Obviously, there is no wake up. There's no speed ups on these doors besides. They went for the unhook? Absolutely insane. Taking the BT hit through the pallet here. Cheryl saying, come and get it. They will. Yeah, I imagine they'll take their hook here as you do not want to let this potential... this survivor does represent one potential point in bleed out that you might lose. So you don't want to take that chance. And that'll be second hook coming in for Cheryl. But now, Adam only had a little bit of ways to run. They have to get through the mending status effect. I'm really surprised they went for an unhook. Maybe, though, maybe Adam... I forget if they have the med kit or not. Maybe if Adam's able to reset, they'd have a better time stealthing out than Cheryl. Not progressing to death stage just yet. They don't want to start this endgame, apparently, too soon. They want to make sure that Adam has time to reset, potentially. Where looks like they have stealthed out pretty well, but I'm not seeing a reset here. Killer looking around too, not seeing hide nor hair of them. And it looks like Cheryl will be going to death phase. There you have it. And now imagine we'll see the hatch being closed here shortly. Again, really strong set for the Deathslinger regardless. Even if you do get a stage or two out here, it's effectively looking at a 4K, 3 here potentially. Checking around. They don't want to... I think they're seeing if there's any crows being spooked potentially here. As you'd imagine as soon as Death Hook comes around, you'd imagine the killer to kick it. Deathslinger, bold and brazen, saying, if you can get to that hatch through my line of sight, good for you. Oh, man. I'm here for it. They are one of the few kills that can probably stop a survivor dead in their tracks. Yeah, they're waiting around. They're like, yeah, you can get crows or something. I don't care. Ooh, for a second, yeah, I thought I saw something there too, honestly. This is different. I'm not used to a killer baiting the survivor with hatch, saying, yeah, come on. Are you brave enough? Do you want to come and try your luck? Huh. Interesting. They're veering further and further away. In fact, this is like very oddly methodical in the way that they're pacing back and forth. They're checking their areas like, okay, they can't be here, so they can't rush in. They have fully abandoned the hatch. Folks, I don't think I've ever seen this before. I don't think I've seen a killer fully abandon the hatch. This is bold. I mean, I guess also at the same time, Adam is not, inclined to come and check this out. I'm sorry, folks. I've never seen this before. I'm kind of at a loss. But, I mean, I guess Adam hasn't peeked his head out so far. You'd imagine, okay, maybe they are truly stealthing out a little bit here. Oh, we saw Adam. And unless... I don't think there's a window back here to get lithe over. Maybe if you can drop the pallet, lithe away. No. And there they are. They missed the swing, though. Oh, but they're going to lose the lithe over the top, and that is going to be the 4K3. Oh, my goodness. I have not seen an endgame like that before. That was interesting. But regardless, very strong start here coming in from X9, as it will now be Dark Owl's turn to return fire. And I'm not gonna lie, I've said this a couple times before, that is going to be a hard call to answer to be achieved whatsoever, as X9 survivors have essentially they just got to get 3 gens done. Effectively, there's not a lot. Oh, I forgot about the screen sharing. I'll be right back. All right, we're going to be following Nia here for a little bit into this first chase around the saloon as, ooh, Mastermind going to be breaking another wall over here. Very interesting. It looks like they'll be abandoning chase altogether with the Nia. Looks like they might be going after Nancy here, potentially, or following some latent scratch marks. Does seem to be the case, however, Mastermind very far away. Yeah, about to say Nancy a good ways away already. And they will be chasing him into the saloon here. Power coming in. Gonna zone them a little bit behind the railing here and take chase into the center of the map. They will take an M1 there. Interesting. We have Calm Spirit. That is a Calm Spirit gamer. I didn't realize this was my pub matches. That'll be first hook coming in for the Mastermind here. Ooh, unfortunate 7% skill check there from the Survivor. However, Saloon Gen almost done, about 70-80% of the way there. Feng Min also on their own gen, and that was in fact from the killer, a Pain Resonance. No surprise here, as that is a very, very strong, and you might even say a bit of a popular pick here, and that is also to boot the classic combo of Pop Goes the Weasel as well on the Saloon Gen, so regressing it by 30% of its current progress. Wesker trying to Eurobend around the corner, and it's not going to take. Nancy just hanging out on first hook. Survivors know what they have to do. Claudette on a generator as well. Feng Min taking this chase into the back, getting the stun on the Wesker here. And this killer is going to abandon chase potentially. No, they're going around the other way, but Claudette's got to get it. Yeah, essentially you can leave the 2 survivors on a gen before you even go back for the unhook. And yeah, it looks like Fang's going to go for the unhook here, as the first generator should be falling momentarily. Second stage was secure, so this Survivor is a bit of a tunnel target. Not going to go for the unhook, just trying to bait them away. There's the first gen at the gallows being finished. And I do believe, yeah, we're going to see this one fall as well, as that is a deja vu on the Nia. And they are working on effectively the closest gen, which is that's the closest gen is the Saloon. You're not in a good time. And Wesker already having the time of their life, having to deal with it. 2 gens down already. This is the tie condition. We do see, however, that is the lab photo from the killer. We do see that quite often. It's a fairly decent add-on. I don't think it's the most OP add-on that they have in their roster, but it's definitely very nice. It's a quality of life, you might say. And looks like they will be able to get this unhook last possible second here. Survivor hanging out. Looks like they're going to set up. That is, in fact, a For the People coming in from the Fang. That's why they didn't come in earlier for the unhook. I'm guessing didn't want to, risk taking a double hit. And Wesker in hot pursuit of the Nancy. Nancy is fully infected. Dropping the firecracker, trying to get some distance here. They probably make it to... Ooh, that was a beautiful fake at the last possible second from the Nancy here. Really, really well done. Yeah, Nancy's going to get zoned out here, but however, Survivors are well on their way to working on their third generator here, and that is the win condition that they need to move on into the next set. Again, it is best of 1 here in the qualifiers. Not single limb, but it is best of 1. Going on that side, and there's the Eurobend, but not going to get it, as the third gen does pop for the Survivors here. X9 doing a really good job. Wesker seems like they will commit here, try and get this down. Just so many pallets in the center here. The windows of opportunity doing a whole lot of work, telling them what pallets are available here. Hit takes coming in from the Nia. And there's the deep wound status effect to boot, so they do get the slam into the Nancy here. And will they break chase? No, they only have eyes for Nancy. They want this Nancy out of the game. But I say, yeah, this gen almost done as well. Survivors did a really good job connecting these tiles in, but Nancy will get slammed, and this will be death hook coming in for Nancy. We see another Survivor in the corner as well on a generator. Resets coming in. They are about 30% done on this generator. One more gen to go. No pain res, as that was the only hook survivor so far. Reset has been complete. Wesker heading back. Looks like they... This was not the generator Claudette was working on, though. Yeah, this was the one. They might regret using that pop a little bit early here. Fang going into... I'm sorry. Nia going to go for a little bit of a spray there. There's a kick on the gen. No pop goes the Weasel, though. Claudette just got to stealth out here a little bit. Survivors have the gens really well split, so I don't imagine it's going to be too difficult here for them to get one. Wesker going back here as this was the Survivor. Ooh, a little bit of a latent Lithe to boot. No balanced landing from this Survivor, though. And Wesker will be sticking to this chase, it seems. Going on the edge, breaking the pallet. Now pushing them back into main. However, I would be pretty happy with this chase if I was the Survivor. You're taking chase away from the most progressed gen. They're going to take a slide into the site here, going back up into main, going for the vault. They should be able to be just fine here. Wesker going for the vault as well, but not going to get the connection there. And there's the final generator finishing for these Survivors. Wesker going around the side, probably going to try and get at least one more kill here. Fang coming in. Curious if it's going to be for a head-on. No, they're going to get slammed into the Survivor. Another deep wound status effect. However, we do see that the exit gate is already powered and ready to go. There's Claudette going for the leave. Looks like they're going for a hatch play potentially. I don't know if they're going to leave in time. Getting zoned away here. Shack pallet is still available. Yeah, go for the close, and now you just got to get to the exit gate. No Lithe in hand, as that was the Nia's perk. I don't know if Fang has it in them. They miss! They're out! Oh my goodness, it's going to be 9 stages escaping for X9 Survivor Squad, and that is going to be a very strong victory in this first set of qualifiers here.